If you've gotten your chord transitions memorized, A7 to D7, then A7 up to E7, E7 down to D7, from my first lesson video and the 12-bar blues, now let's look at playing that rhythm pattern in a lot of different tempos. You can also play it with different grooves, but we'll talk about playing different shuffle rhythms. Right now, I'm going to speed up that slow blues that we first learned. Let's take that same song and just speed the tempo up quite a bit. I'll show you how to do the basic same strumming pattern that we already learned. But then, at different tempos with different rhythm backgrounds, oftentimes it's better to actually play less and strum less. So I'll show you how to delete some of your strums on every beat through your different strumming patterns, and that will help you groove. Here we go. I've sped up the slow blues, and we're going to play around 100 beats a minute, and it's just basically a shuffle. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now instead of strumming constantly down and up, strum about half of this. Although this is a good practice in the beginning, notice I'm not really strumming all the strings, mainly just on the root chord. Trying to blend in, fill up the space, but stay with the bass. Now I can play less than that, and it'll sound like this. I'll actually delete some of my rhythm by letting up on my left hand as I'm playing. Here we go. My right hand's still moving and strumming. Yes, I'm kind of taking the brakes off my chord by letting up with my left hand. It also flexes your hand a little bit and helps your hand from cramping when you're playing bar chords. Next, we'll play at a much faster tempo. In the spirit of swinging Texas blues, the old guitar style of T-Bone Walker, many of his songs were played at really fast tempos. This is a 12-bar blues in A. You're going to play the same chord shapes, but it's actually played at 140 beats a minute. It moves along pretty quick. The tempo is about like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm mainly hearing the upstrokes. Now I'm palm muting with my right hand. So I'm playing a lot less actually, but I'm keeping a great rhythm. Unless I get out of time with the bass. Now another technique I'm using is I'm hammering now with my second and third finger on the root chord. Every now and then, hammering those two fingers onto the chord. And then I'm doing a similar thing with my third and fourth finger on the D7 and the E7. Back to A, the E, back to the D. Now that takes the technique that you really have to practice. All of that's in rhythm with the turnaround of the verse. The next most important thing you want to learn on your guitar is the name of your notes going up and down the 6th string and on the 5th string. Let's just start today with the 6th string. For example, our open E note is E, the 6th. So if we fret the very first fret, that's F. If we scoot up to the 3rd fret, that's G. The 5th fret is A. The 7th fret is B. The 8th fret is C. The 10th fret is D. And the 12th fret is E. I just named the letters of the alphabet. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. That also is the root name of all your bar chords. Open E7. F7 at the 1st fret. G7 at the 3rd fret. A7 at the 5th fret. B7 at the 7th fret, C7 at the 8th fret, D7 at the 10th fret, and we repeat E7 at the 12th fret. So we can now play our 7th chord. Each one of them has a name. We have E7 in open position, F7 at the 1st fret, G7 at the 3rd, A7 at the 5th, B7 at the 7th, C7 at the 8th, D7 at the 10th, and repeating E7 at the 12th. Now, with that in mind, the same thing works off the 5th string. We have A7 right here, which is the same A7 as this technically. This is an open A7. When we move it up 2 frets, we have a B7. So the names of our chords on the 5th string would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And if we play chords according to that, A, B7, C7, D7, E7, F7, G7, and A7. The reason you want to memorize the natural names of these chords on the fretboard is the other notes we're skipping are sharps or flats, depending on what key you're playing in. You can cover that later on. Right now you want to play blues on the fast track, so you want to play blues in all different keys.